So this is what I was saying, everybody got their little choice of drug, what they want, alcohol, weed, drink, whatever, pills, wet, and crack.
Mm-hmm.
What I want to say, we done talked about it before, but it ain't no way in the world a black man came up with the formula for cooking crack.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because number one, a nigga ain't, what nigga in the 70s, 80s thinking about cooking crack anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And what nigga had the resources to fuck off powder cocaine to come up with a formula
right.
for cooking crack.
Right. A rich man drug.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yeah, bricks was probably 30, 40,000 back then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What nigga had, an ounce of pure cocaine.
Right.
Might have been 1,500 or better.
Right.
What nigga had the money to fuck out 1,500 back then?
Mm-hmm.
To come up with a, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
To come up with cooking crack.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how you know they planted this shit on us to help to bring a demise to the black race, to our people.
Mm-hmm.
What you think about that?
Man, I mean, of course it's apparent now we know that the government was behind it. We know that now. That's a fact. It's not no conspiracy.
That is undebatable.
We know that the Clinton administration, brought in, a lot of dope. And we was hustling back then.
Yeah.
And as much dope as you wanted to push is as much dope as you could get your hands on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you think about it, you look at all the struggles that we went through in the 50s, in the 60s, like you had talked about the Black Panther Party, SNCC, you know what I'm saying? And you look at a lot of the strides that our people made, and look at our parents in the 70s. They had good jobs. Black community, we had black businesses, right?
Yeah.
We had black gas stations. We own beauty salons and beauty supply stores and stuff like that. But when crack came,
People sold their shit and fell off.
Because people always been doing drugs.
Hard.
Yeah. And basically what it did was it destabilized our communities. And what was the response of the government to this epidemic? The war on drugs.
Yeah.
If you got caught with a rock, you was a criminal.
Yeah.
You
getting a mandatory sentence, hard sentence, versus the same amount of powder you getting caught with as the rock, maybe even more.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically a slap on the wrist compared to the crack that you was getting.
So the demographics of the war on drugs, the focal point was our community.
Oh yeah.
Communities and stuff like that. And I think a lot of the problems that we have now with our younger people, how many of their parents was on crack?
I'm talking about
the kids that was born in the 90s, the latter, the 80s, but the 90s.
90s, 2000.
A lot of their parents.
Some of them were.
You feel what I'm saying? And look at the kids.
Yeah. Yeah, but when you're on that crack and you bust a nut and create that person, it's gonna be some
residual effects of that.
It's gonna be, that person gonna be a little different than compared to somebody that wasn't on, you know, just on alcohol and you know, these type of weed, you know. Their behavior gonna be this. You know, we all done seen crack babies, how they act, and the struggles they had just to survive because they premature and all these things, you know.
Well, even when the woman is not, you know, using, but the father
That's
using, it affects the father too.
Yeah,
you know, his sperm and stuff like that,
That's
man.
what I'm saying. That sperm, yeah.
So is it safe to say that the invention of crack was a tool used, a war mechanism?
Oh, yeah. I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. Because, you know, especially, you know, when they do something, when they name it something and give it a name, motherfuckers just ain't picking the name randomly. You know what I'm saying? It's a meaning behind it. You know, and they said it was a war on drugs, but little did we know the war was on, you know, African American communities and such. You know what I'm saying? And then just like even now with the pill epidemic, you know, when white folks start getting addicted, you know, the outcome and the terms and the consequences are different.
It's a disease.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's an addiction.
Yeah.
But when we do it, it's a criminal act.
Yeah. It's a war. Cause you even how the police come into the communities, you know. Cause back then, you mean we had the jump out boys. You know what I'm saying? Tactical motherfuckers coming into the community.
Yes.
To cause harm and to fuck somebody up.
Yeah.
Just on sight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, even the approach of the law was different. You know.
Yeah. It was a war. They treated us like we were like foreigners.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking, man, you know, when they used to jump out that Astro van back then and they had black fatigues and boots and machine guns, half of the niggas that was on the corner, they ain't had nothing but a little bitch ass 380. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How you gonna goddamn get in the shootout with that?
You know, they bombing they throwing concussion grenades in the house. You know, we like, man, what's going on?
And then see, cause we in Houston, but just think about some of the stories and some of the shit they did in L.A. and New York and other places. You know, like you talking about the grenades and shit. You know, and then they had like what they called it, the RTD or rough, tough, and dangerous. Like from what I understand, they were like in armored vehicles coming in that bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Into a neighborhood. Knowing we ain't military trained like that or tactically trained, you know.
And that comes with the defunding of the police, that, you know, that's such a taboo subject, you know, to PC, to the dominant society. You know, here you have police departments buying used military equipment, you know, that they had in Iraq and Saudi, and you giving it to the police departments.
Yeah.
And you selling it to the police department.
Yeah.
So when you selling it to the police department, they're gonna use it. Right? But they're gonna use it where? And on who?
Yeah. On us. In our community.
In our communities.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I believe that police departments should reflect the community that they police.
Should, yeah.
You know, you can't go to off of Bel Air, that's Asian town, and be a black police officer and ride around the Chinese and pull AP. They ain't having it.
Hell no.
But out here, you know what I'm saying, in Sunnyside, South Park, you know, all the hoods, Third Ward, Fifth Ward, shoot, even some of the hoods, Ridgemont, you know what I'm saying?
Acres Home.
Acres Homes, you gonna have white boys riding around here acting tough. You gonna have Asian boys riding around here acting tough. You got all these people in our community that don't know nothing about the community, but they policing us. Don't care.